Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Monday afternoon. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. I do pray everybody is super blessed. Guys, this is an unprecedented time. As I am struggling to fix my audio, I'm also going to be talking because, well, one of the best things us YouTubers do is while we're frantically searching for the audio fix, we're talking to you as well, the viewer, so that you don't realize that we're totally in a pinch trying to figure something out. You know? Hope everyone's doing great, guys. Silver is at all-time highs, gold's at all-time highs. The government is about to shut down. Bitcoin's dumping. We have a lot to talk about. We have FOMC this week. Guys, make sure to smash up the likes. Make sure to share the stream somewhere. Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, all those good things. Alright, bear with me one momente. Una momento. Let me see if I can't find how to fix this audio right now. Because I've got a mic issue. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, listen to that audio. It sounds nice, man. Listen to that audio. It sounds nice, nice, nice. Alright, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Monday afternoon. God bless everybody in Jesus' name. As you can see, guys, silver is absolutely pumping right now, man. Silver is absolutely pumping right now. Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. We got a lot to talk about today. Shout out to Robo Balls. He says, pump it, baby. Shout out to Crypto Pump It. He says, audio sounds great at J Casper. Well, at Crypto Pump It 74, man. God bless you, bro. Shout out to Moonshine02. Tom, most streamer links don't work, comma. They are used mainly so the streamer gets a small cut of your trading fees. Tongue out face at. Even with special streamer promos, the platform likely says, sorry, you do not qualify. I don't know, I guess I'm breaking into a conversation. Shout out to Joel Mueller. He says, Mike is good. Shout out to BBL Hotline. He has praying hands. Shout out to Khalid. He says, gold, TP gold. Shout out to Baru. Japanese debt markets in total meltdown. Shout out to Tomo Cash. Jason, BTCC, no discount on fees. Level 0.06.0. Well, here's the thing. If you have a problem with BTCC, here's what you can do. In my Discord, we have a very special channel where you can access the BTCC support, where we have a guy in here dedicated to the Casper crew, because BTCC is all about making sure that the Casper crew gets all the help they need. All right, so in the Discord, the BTCC support channel, go check it out. All right, don't sleep on it, man. Don't sleep on it. We are here to help, baby. We are here to help, baby. All right, shut down, baby. The government's shutting down. Shout out to DXKATA and shout out to Shogun Crypto 165. Time for a long squeeze. Smash that like, baby. AI generated live stream. This is in fact an AI generated live stream. You know your boy J Cast is a true artificial intelligence, man. There ain't nothing natural about my intelligence. Bitcoin is rebounding. Oh my goodness. Guys, we gotta pump on in to the charts. But before we do, look, there are some very, 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 very significant things that we need to be talking about. First of all, 4 U.S. economic events to influence Bitcoin, gold, and silver prices this week. Guys, this week, all right, Very serious stuff happening. First of all, we have FOMC on Wednesday. Jerome Powell's remarks are going to be pivotal. And I'm not just saying this to be sensational. Pretty much everybody's expecting a pause on rates. People are expecting the rates to stay the exact same. And most of the time, as we know, they're pretty much right. So if we go to Fed Watch and look at the interest rates here, we can see that pretty much it's baked into the cake. You guys can see here, 97% are expecting the rates to stay the same. And so when this happens, Jerome Powell, his comments are very, very important for what happens with the markets, right? If he comes out dovish, if he says, you know what, things are looking great, we're going to be slashing interest rates, that could be very bullish for a lot of stuff, all right? If he comes out hawkish, honestly, I feel like at this point, it's not really going to affect the gold and silver markets too much, but it probably would affect Bitcoin negatively. It could affect gold and silver negatively as well. All right, the next thing we need to keep in mind is the jobless claims. That's also happening this week. We also got PPI coming this week, and we've got big tech earnings. MSFT, Meta, Tesla, Apple. So strong earnings could pump Bitcoin. Weak earnings could dump Bitcoin. It's all happening this week, guys. And of course, this is also happening right around the government shutdown. All right, right around this whole government shutdown thing. So the government shutdown risk reignites. Apparently, according to Polymarket, which is pretty much, they're pretty good. There's a 78% chance that the government is going to shut down. According to BitGet, this is crashing the crypto sentiment. So there's a 78% chance of US government shutdown by the end of this month. That's up from 10% just a few days ago. And investor sentiment in crypto has turned very negative. We see the fear and greed index basically back into extreme fear right now. 25, this is back into extreme fear, down from last week's neutral. And the sentiment in Congress has basically led to a data blackout. We might see delays. The data for inflation and all this is not coming out. So this is also obviously potentially going to affect Jerome Powell tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff going on, right? If he doesn't have the data, he's going to say, oh, we just don't have the data, like he loves to say. This just increases market uncertainty and volatility. Now, amongst this, obviously, we're seeing gold at new all-time highs. We're seeing gold at new all-time highs. This is silver, guys, currently trading at $116 an ounce. All right? By the way, guys, if you want to trade silver using your Tether's margin, BTCC times Jason Casper equals pure trading bliss. 10% future bonus on your first-time deposit. 40% discount on trading fees. Up to $10,055 of bonuses per user, depending on the stuff that you do. All right, check it out. Pretty dang cool. Can you guys believe this? We're also seeing gold breaking $5,000 right now. Gold trading at $5,100.52. Guys, this is crazy, man. What does this mean in the midst of all this government shutdown stuff? This is gold right here on the daily, guys. We gapped up on market open. We closed on Friday at $4,987. We gapped up this morning 0.5%. We're currently on the day up 2.6% from Friday's close. This is significant, man. People are scared, honestly. People are scared. This is wild. Gold at $5,000 an ounce. I cannot even believe this. Like, this is crazy. It's so strange to me because I am somebody who was highly into precious metals back in the day. Way back in the day. before I even got into crypto, I was big into gold and silver. All right. I was big into gold, silver. And when I first got into gold, it was trading around, you know, $1,200 an ounce. And it's funny because I'm going to be honest, there are sometimes it's up 360%. There are times in my life where I have strong conviction about certain assets, Bitcoin being one of them. And you know they're going to pump, you know they're bullish, you know that they are protecting you against the devaluation of the dollar and the fiat deficit spending system that steals the wealth from the people and puts it into the hands of a very tiny percent. And you know that this stuff is going to happen eventually. But when you're like when this is going on for years, it's easy to forget about it, right? And even when this is going on for years, it's easy to just forget that, yeah, you are super bullish on the asset. Same with Bitcoin, guys. You know, Bitcoin at $100,000, that's pretty amazing. We do have to take a look at these the Bitcoin price as well quickly here. So Bitcoin, guys, essentially is getting a little bit of a bounce after the big rejection that we got from $98,000. $98,000 set up given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We're trying to get a little bit of a bounce from the $86,000 value area low of the range right now. If we take a look at the volume here, you can see we're fighting with this level. This orange line, guys, this is where the price historically has been oversold, aka undervalued. And if we take a look also down at the 4-hour, we can see that when we came down to make this low, we took the liquidity from these lows. We've been looking at this for a long time on this channel, saying the market is going to try and hunt this liquidity. Last week, we were saying if we can't hold here, then we're going to look for this move down here. We're going to look for us to take the stop losses out of these guys and come right into the area where historically the price of Bitcoin is oversold, which is going to be right around 86.3. And that's exactly what we're trying to do now. The problem is, for the Bitcoin price, well, on the weekly time frame, we are printing the red dot, okay? We are printing the red dot, which does open the door for a move back down to the bottom of the sideways range. Right now, our Bitcoin range is this, between 80,500 and 97,882 on Bybit USD. We are getting a money flow cross of blue into purple on Bitcoin here. This is actually quite a bearish sign. Doesn't mean, though, that we go straight down. My sentiment has not changed. If we come down to this area, I do expect we get a fake out at first, or potentially a fake out of this area. I am expecting, if we take out $80,500, that we do eventually get a big bounce from there. The reason why I'm saying this is because historically speaking, when you get the momentum below -60 on Market Cipher B on the weekly, if you make a lower low, it's a fake out. It's a fake out. All right, we can go and look at like every single time. All right, you get the oversold wave right here. Get the oversold wave. We get the red dot. We go for the low again. It just so happens to be a fake out, right? Happens over here as well, right? We get the big oversold wave on Market Cipher B. We go for the lows again, and it just turns out to be a fake out. So even if we're heading into a bear market, which personally I do believe that Bitcoin is, I'm not even going to use the word bear market, I'm going to use consolidation. Heading into a phase of consolidation where we're not maintaining this uptrend anymore, based of course on the 2-month bearish divergence and the fact that we broke down from the bull market trend line. Even if we're heading into consolidation where we consolidate and maybe come down a little bit before the next big run, very similar to what happened over here, we consolidate and come down a little bit before the next big run. I'm still expecting some relief to come, even in the event of another drive to the downside, right? And the reason why I say that, again, is because the weekly being this oversold, also we cannot lose sight of the fact that right now, the range that we are trading, the macro Bitcoin range, is this. We have our lows at the low 70s, and we have our highs at around 126. All right, this is the range. And so it's not so crazy to think that we have this, we have our bear flag, we have our breakdown, and then we have the fake out. Should I say the fake out like this? And then that just gives us our broader head and shoulders. And then eventually, in the summer and the fall of this year is when we bottom out. And then we enter into the next big bull market. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. But when we come to the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, the bottom that we made last night, yes, we're at key support here, right? This is key support, but we don't see any bullish divergences. In fact, we see bearish convergences of money flow and momentum. On the daily time frame, we're not seeing bullish divergences as we make the low. We're seeing bearish convergences. All right, when we come to our 1-hour time frame, as we make the low, we are not seeing what we want to see, aka the uneven butt cheek pattern. Right? We want to see the big, fat, juicy cheek on the left and the skinny cheek on the right. Instead, what we're seeing is a skinny cheek on the left and a big fat on the right. All right, that's not what we want to see. Okay, this morning we came up to 88.6, and since that time we have seen Chop City, baby. Chop City. Okay, now I am in a long trade from that low. All right, this setup was given in advance in the Casper crew. I personally am expecting lower still. I've taken some profit on the trade. All right, this is what we've got from the last week of trading here. Bitcoin trades, all right, from the Casper crew trades, going the past 6 days of trading. All right, 1 loss, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins, baby. 1 loss and 6 wins, up about 5K or so. You know, like, I'm not putting big money on these trades. You know, I'm not putting big money on these trades. We're in Chop City. The only big money I have, honestly, is it's not even that big money actually. But the only 6-figure positions I have are on Bitcoin shorts. I've got about $200,000 right now on Bitcoin shorts from the setups that were given in the Casper crew in real time from the exact top on October 6th, as well as the rejection from $96,000, $98,000. Of course, if you want to join the Casper crew, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com and join the best trading Discord in the world. Also, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, Antarctic decentralized exchange, super low fees, link in the description. Also, if you want to trade silver, gold, stocks, Forex commodities using your Tether as margin, BTCC. I'm also trading on KCEX. KCEX, the lowest fees, period, on a centralized exchange, 0% limit order, 0.01% market order, as silver, guys, is pumping. We're currently trading right now at about 116, pushing $117 per ounce. All right, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts, man. This is absolutely nuts. So Bitcoin, honestly, all things considered, I do think that chances are highest, because we don't have the bullish divergences, that we come to make another low. Now, again, remember, Wednesday, FOMC, 97% chance right now that there's going to be no rate cut, no rate hike. They're going to keep things the same. We have a looming government shutdown. We have a data blackout when it comes to inflation data and all this. Get ready for a very volatile Wednesday. Oftentimes, Wednesday puts in that weekly high or low. All right? It was a Wednesday when we put in the high at $98,000. All right? This short happened on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are those pivotal days. All right? This low right here happened on a Wednesday. All right, so those Wednesdays are pivotal. This was a this high happened on a Tuesday. Up here, what was this? This was a Monday. A lot of times the weekly highs and the weekly lows come in on a Wednesday. You'll notice. And so this Wednesday, we've got a lot of things to consider here. A lot of things to look at. Now, we have to also acknowledge the fact for Bitcoin that we could be seeing something much more bearish because, let's be honest, textbookily speaking, and yes, that is a real word, textbookily. Textbookily speaking, guys, this is known as a bear flag. And so textbookily speaking, we could see our eventual target down in the mid-50s. Okay, now before you hit that dislike button, let's just take some time. I'm not saying this is going to happen. But personally, I do feel like we are going to see the mid-50s. Like, personally, I do think we're going to see the mid-50s. The way I think we get there is probably going to be like this. Right? I think we're going to get a big fake out first. But let's say we don't. Let's say this really is a bear flag and we break down. Then guess what? If we take our Fibonacci from the bear market low to the all-time high, guess what? Would you guess what? The target of this bear flag is right in the Fibonacci golden pocket. All right. So we also do need to keep that in mind. Here's one thing that I want to, that we should all keep in the back of our minds, which is this. When that weekly money flow is in the red, that means get ready for the bottom to be in. All right. That weekly money flow crossed into the red over here on April 2022. When that happened, I mean, it's actually very similar to what's happening now. You know, I would hope we'd get some relief here, but remember, in April 2022, what were we doing? We were forming a bear flag. Right? And that bear flag target was pretty much our low, guys. The bear flag target was pretty much our low. And that's when the money flow crossed through the purple back here in April 2022. Let's see. Check. Do we have audio, baby? Shout out to the Asset House. Says, hey, Jay, shalom. What do you think about platinum? You know, I'm personally not into platinum. But any precious metal, I think, is a good asset. Any tangible thing is a good asset to hold. Property, land, houses, gold, silver. You know, I mean, look. Any tangible asset is going to be worth something because of what it is, right? A piece of land is worth something because land is pretty much what humans need to live. You have land, you can dig a well, you can raise animals, you can grow food, you can build a shelter on the land. So therefore, the land is worth something because of what it is. Now, gold and silver, obviously, you can't eat it, you can't grow on it, but we have 5,000 years of recorded human history where gold and silver was used as money to trade for land, animals, water, goods. And platinum is also, in my opinion, a precious metal right along there with gold and silver. We can take a look at the chart. I also do quickly, before we look at gold and silver, and we could look at platinum and some altcoins, let's take a look at the order flow here on Bitcoin, because we did see something very interesting happening over the weekend, which was this. Go to the 15-minute chart here. We saw millions of shorts actually open up here. So this is actually very important. We need to talk about this. In this drive down, we have seen millions of shorts opening up. So take a look here. We have 14 million, hang on. In this one candlestick right here, 14 million shorts opening. This one we have 12 million. All right, so we have 26 million shorts opening up right here. 27 million, 28 million, 29 million, about 30 million shorts opening up here. All right, which means, here's exactly what this means, guys. If the Bitcoin price can reclaim and hold, which it did not do very well this morning, but if we can reclaim 88,000, we have the potential to squeeze many shorts. Because notice, actually, if we zoom out here on the order flow, ever since Bitcoin got the first big drive to the downside, this whole entire move here, the bears are in control. We are seeing big money shorting Bitcoin here. How can we tell? Well, this is Market Monkey. Link in the description. The best order flow platform out there, period, man. This thing can do everything. And this is better than TradingView. But essentially, guys, look at the open interest. This here is open interest. This is telling us our traders opening or closing positions. So this whole beginning of the downtrend here, right, going all the way back to the 14th of January, this first move down was not because people were shorting Bitcoin. It was because longs were closing their positions. We can tell because the open interest is going down. Now we're seeing open interest go up as the price is going down. And according to our cumulative volume delta, which is the live order flow telling us what button are they pushing, buy or sell. The trades that are opening up are people pushing that sell button. And so this is telling us, obviously, right now, the bears are in control of this market. However, what would change this is if we start to see all these shorts that are opened up start to get stopped out. Once they start to get stopped out, that could lead to a short squeeze. And we could squeeze all the way back up towards the support resistance flip that we have right around here. Right? So that this is a pivotal moment for Bitcoin as we head into this week, because we could see millions of shorts get stopped out, and of course a stop out is a buy order in the book. Right? You guys know how it is. You take a trade, you short Bitcoin, you go out to play on the trampoline with your kids. All of a sudden you get a notification on your phone, buy order filled. Buy order? I didn't buy Bitcoin, right? But guess what? It was your stop loss that got hit. You're like, dang it! Okay? So right now, Bitcoin is trying to bounce from basically taking out this liquidity area that we had around 87K. We're getting a bounce from the Fibonacci golden pocket. This is a big make it or break right here for Bitcoin, guys. If Bitcoin can bounce from this Fibonacci golden pocket, we do have the potential to squeeze those shorts. Again, let's go to TradingView. Let's zoom in here. Let's pull our fib. When in doubt, pull it out from the low to the high. We are indeed bouncing from that Fibonacci golden pocket right here. All right. If we can hold it, this could initiate a big squeeze, right? Taking out 91, eventually coming all the way up, a reclaim of 92, and coming all the way up to around 94,000. 94,000, a very key level, right? Why is it a key level? It's the fib from the high to the low. Fibonacci golden pocket from the high to the low. We could easily get the squeeze right up to there. All right, very similar to what was going on last week. All right, we got to take a look at silver. Oh my goodness. Silver at $117 an ounce right now, guys. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane right now. So here's the deal. We are in straight up price discovery mode. We're in straight up price discovery mode. So just a little recap, guys. Last week, we came and we filled the gap, right? Last week, we came and we filled the gap. This was the long setup given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord at jasoncaspertrading.com, where our target was the previous high. You know, this was our trade setup from last week, coming down to this area, targeting that high for a really nice risk to reward ratio. right there. The reason why we were looking there is because it was the Fibonacci golden pocket from this last low right here to the high. And not only that, it was also the value area low of this local range that we had right here. We have to backtrack in time to see that. You can see value area low of the range where silver is considered oversold locally, Fibonacci golden pocket, and a gap. We got a nice oversold momentum on the hourly. And of course, that has broken us out of the range, and now we are in straight up price discovery mode. This is crazy, man. Let's take a look at some Fibonacci extension targets. All right. Let's take a look at some Fib extension targets here to see if we are hitting any of our key levels. All right. This is crazy, man. This is getting very overextended, you know. This is quite overextended. This is wild. Let's go ahead and pull some Fib extension targets. We're going to take it from 2020. I'm just curious to see. Man, yeah, that's insane. This is really crazy, man. Let's pull it from April. I mean, I don't even think there's much we can even do right now with this. I mean, if we take it from the April low to the high we made in October, we are at the 2.618 Fibonacci extension. Let's put on our 3-to-1 extension here. Two targets to the upside for silver are going to be 125 and 140. 125 and 140. Now here's the deal. It cannot go up forever. Eventually we're going to have to get some kind of a retracement. But here are some ways to look for entries on silver right now. I'd say watch the gaps that happened over the weekend, right? You know, for example, over on Friday, we closed the market at $103.26. And then on Monday, we open up at $104. Now look what happens, right? What happens is we open up, we wick down to fill the gap, and then it's straight off to the races, right? That is one way to look. Another way to look is the Fibonacci golden pockets, right? So from our low to our high. I'm sorry, not the golden pockets, the 382s. In very bullish trends, it's the 382 Fibonacci that gives you that retrace, right? So if you notice that we're in some kind of a trend, like we are here, you go ahead, you pull your fib from the low to the high, and then you mark out that Fibonacci 382 level. That's the level you want to be aware of. In very bullish trends, the 382 is where you retrace from, not the 618. And then, man, it was just ridiculous. This morning, we break out during New York Open. We broke out of the high. We break out. We backtest. And from that point, it's just straight up only, man. It's crazy. And now we're starting to get a little bit of a retracement here. So let's go ahead and pull our Fibonacci from this last swing low to our current high. We have our 382 coming in at about $114. If we pull it from the low that we made here on Monday morning, you could see that 113 is our 382. Now, here's the thing. When we are trading, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend, for sure. So, you know, you look for these retests. Is everything okay? But now we're seeing a bit of a pullback here on silver. So let's see actually what happens. Let's see what happens here with silver. We're getting quite a bit of a pullback, $2 pullback here on this 112-minute candle. Wow, silver getting a little bit of a pullback here. Let's watch this. Let's watch this here. We're at the local 382 right now. Let's go ahead and put on our local market Cipher B. Let's check out our 4-hour market Cipher B. We are a little toppy on the 4-hour. A little toppy on the 1 hour. Potential bear div here. 24-minute looking toppy as well. You know? So, maybe, just maybe, you know, we get a little bit something here. These bottomed out waves, these are, you know, if we're going to come to a key level, those bottomed out waves are where you want to be really looking. Right? Falling through the 382 at $115.65 per ounce. All right. We are getting a little bit of a pullback here on silver. The question is, are we going to take that liquidity? Let's pull the fib locally here. You know, the 382 more macro is going to be at 113, as we said before. Ideally, like, you know, as a trader, I really like those zones where you see the confluence, and obviously coming down to backtest this area is where most of that confluence is. Let's see. Trying to get a bounce right now. What is this? We're falling through the 382 local. We're heading toward the 618 local. And then the 382 more macro. Let's see if we get the reclaim of this. This could be another local low. So far, silver, the trend is your friend until the end. $115 for 1 ounce of silver. We're up $100. Basically, silver's always been like, what, $12 to $16 an ounce historically? It's pretty crazy. Make sure to smash the likes, baby. Shout out to our super chats. Shout out to Casual TA. He says, yo, King.AXLUSDT money flow. Let's check it out. We'll check out Platinum for the asset house as well. King AXL USDT. I don't see it. Maybe it's just AXL. So weekly money flow looks like Garbaggio. Daily money flow looks pretty good. Daily money flow looks pretty good. It's coming on up, right? It's coming on up as we're making the lower lows. We've definitely got the bullish divergences coming in, the good old-fashioned uneven butt cheek pattern. We are changing market structure a tad here with the daily close above the previous daily close. See, here's the thing with all these altcoins. They definitely look quite squeezable, right? They definitely look squeezable. The problem is, are we going to see money coming in? And also, you have to think to yourself, there is just no sign of strength here besides the fact that this thing is beat down really hard. So this is the kind of thing where if you are bullish on this asset fundamentally and you believe it has a good future, this definitely is a time to add to a spot position because it is beat down. We are seeing some bullish signs here. Nothing too crazy, no major sign of strength. But yeah, let's see what happens. So Bitcoin getting a bounce right now from this golden pocket. There's only one thing to do when Bitcoin's getting a bounce from the golden pocket. That's to put $50,000 on the trade. All right, we'll put another 5,000 on the trade. Let's see, we'll put another 10K. There you go. I'll put another 10K. Let's get that perfect entry right there. All right, there we go. There we go. We've got 125, $130,000 on the trade here. $130,000 on Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here, guys. We've got $130,000 on Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. Is this bounce going to be the bounce? Are we going to see the price come back lower? All right. Let's take a look at platinum. Platinum pumping as well on the weekly chart. Weekly money flow looking strong. Look at that. Platinum at new all-time highs. Breaking out of the $2,273 resistance. Platinum up right now so far. 2025. We saw this thing pump 160%. So far 2026. We are up 34%. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Daily time frame for platinum looking pretty strong. We've got some slight bearish divergence forming here, but the money flow is looking good. 4-hour time frame. Pull our fib from our low to our high. Obviously right now, I would say that 382 is looking pristine. If we happen to get a move back down, this is what's up. 2005-ish. That's our support resistance flip, our local 382 and our previous high. All right, come on, Bitcoin, baby. Come on, Bitcoin, come on, come on. Come on, Bitcoin, come on, come on. Let's see what we got, Bitcoin. Let's pull our fib, Friday's high to our current low. Let's see if we can come up to that Fibonacci golden pocket here at 89,185. All right, 89,185. We're gonna take out $65,000. All right, let's see what's Bitcoin's got here, baby. Let's see what's Bitcoin's got. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go. Can she do it? Can she pump up to our level? Bitcoin, all base and no trouble. 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Ratio, 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 mi amigo. Let's go, baby. Yeah, Baru says that silver might overpump and then come down and consolidate around 115. So, major shout out to Joe Potter in the house. Shout out to Daniel C.A. Prude. He says copper. Everything's pumping, man. I was looking at 85.5, man, for a scalp long, but yo, go. 85.5 for a scalp long. Isn't that where we came down to? I guess we came down to 86. Yeah, 85.5, definitely a great place to be looking for a scalp long. Here's the thing about Bitcoin right now, okay? The thing about Bitcoin is because we don't have the bearish divs, because we don't have the bullish divs down here, another low would obviously give us a long, right? Just like on Friday, we didn't necessarily have any bearish divs here until we got the fake out. And so because we don't have any bullish divs, we could do something like this and then eventually come up, right? We could form a nice rounded bottom. Hang on. Sorry guys, I'm streaming from a deep underground military bunker right now. And there's no air down here because my handlers have me locked in a closet. And so I had to go open the door so that the air could come in. Yeah, so definitely be looking for that. Be looking for us to take that low. If we do take the low, you know, we could end up with a nice bullish divergence here, right? A nice inverted head and shoulders on market cipher. And if we do something like that, let's say, that could give us the move and eventually that pump up to 94K, right? That could give us the move up to 94K. Obviously, if we form a rounded bottom here, you know, it would seem very probable that we would reclaim $90,000 and get that move up, right? So let's see, this is a key level here. Key level here. And look, this is a very key level. We have been waiting and hoping for this trade for, you know, quite some time. In the Casper crew VIP Discord, you know, we've been ready and waiting for that long setup for a really long time. So ever since, I guess, the 21st of January, which was last week, we've had this exact plan on our chart in the Casper crew. Right? We're looking for the bounce from around 88, and then we were looking for the bounce from this lower level. Of course, they both made for good trades. Right? They did make for good trades. It was the long from 88, right? Made for a nice little trade right there. What was this one? Long from... Oh, I guess that was this one. That was this one. Yeah. That was a pretty good trade. On the 21st of January, yeah. We gave it on the 21st of January. We took it on the 21st of January for a juicy $3,000 profit in the Casper crew at jasoncaspertrading.com. And right now, we are down to the wire with Bitcoin because we came down to that level. We are getting a bounce from the level right here. And now, not only are we getting a bounce from the level, but we made a higher high. We're coming down to make a higher low in the Fibonacci Golden Pocket zone. And are we going to continue making higher highs and higher lows? Let's check out the order flow very locally. I'm going to try not to get scared if I see something scary. Relax, Jason, relax. Remember what the therapist told you to do. Deep breaths into the plunger. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that helps quite a bit. Deep whiffs. Oh, it smells so good. A little taste. Tastes so good too. Okay, let's not freak out, Jason. Remember, you're live in front of millions of viewers. You don't want them to lock you back up at the institution. Get it together, man. So here's the deal. We have seen nothing significant here. We have seen nothing significant here. Decrease of OI. Nothing too significant yet. But remember, guys, just remember, there are still many shorts, actually. Not too many. Actually, you know, the sad thing is we've squeezed a good portion of them already this morning. But we still do have a lot of shorts open above us. And honestly, especially if we reclaim the high that we made on yesterday, we could see a move back towards 90K, you know. So let's see, baby. Come on, Bitcoin. We're gonna dump, or are we gonna pump? We're gonna dump, or are we gonna pump? All right. Others / Bitcoin in a giant falling wedge. Man, we got to take a look at that. All right, man, we got to take a look at that. Okay. We got to take a look at that. Shout out to Crypto Crank in the chat. Do I ever worry that the world knows I'm a millionaire showing P&Ls? Well, look, I'm not trading with a lot of money, Crypto Crank, you know? So... I'm not trading with a lot of money, bro. But, you know, I'm not really a millionaire. I just fake it. I just fake it. You know, it's all, you know, YouTube, it's all a show, right? It's all a show. I just pretend to be a millionaire. It looks like I'm in an office right now, but the reality is, guys, I'm just in a closet. I'm just in a closet. And not only am I in a closet, but the other sad reality is, the other real sad reality, guys, is that I'm in a bathroom. I'm literally in a bathroom. Okay. Everything's fake. You guys gotta understand, you know, I'm not really a millionaire, which is why I beg you right now to sign up to my Casper Crew trading community so that I can finally get out of this bathroom at jasoncaspertrading.com. But speaking of being in the bathroom, I gotta take a pee. Let's see, silver's dumping. Let's check out the silver. Let's check back out the silver. Man, we are dumping like crazy. $114. Okay, we are coming down, guys, to the local golden pocket. I'd say the next big area of support. This is our 10-minute. Let's get to our 15-minute. We have a 15-minute order block coming down here at around 113, right around that 382. That's what I'd be looking for. Don't worry, guys, because here's the thing, all right? Like I said, I'm streaming from a deep underground military bunker. Okay, now I'm back to the office. Back to the office. Yeah, look at that. There's my neon sign. My neon Bitcoin sign. Uh-oh. Wires are stuck here, guys. Hang on. Very delicate situation here. There we go. Back in the office. Another day at the office, man. Yeah, we're going to be watching silver, but also we're going to be watching Bitcoin, guys. All right? We're going to be watching silver and also watching Bitcoin. Look at this. We're getting a move down on the silver here. Here comes the VWAP pop on Biddy. Let's get some moves, baby. The plunger makes sense now, exactly. All right, Fibonacci golden pocket on silver. This is a pretty key level. The 15-minute says lower as possible. You know, I'm not the kind of person that likes to long unless I see a nice bottom, to be honest with you. But this is obviously local support. I'd say better support is 113. Let's see if we can't come down to 113 with a nice, something nice. All right, Bitcoin is trying to reclaim this zone right here, baby. We got the VWAP on Bitcoin. We're getting that bounce, all right? We are getting the bounce. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, baby. Let's take a dump together. Eating a curry while watching Jason Wee. Yummy. That's what's up. Sounds great. Shout out to my man, Batty. He says, I'm the first person of my ancestors watching this. That's what's up. Shout out to Joe Potter. Confirmed Jay didn't wipe. Silver to the moon. Silver is 99% hype. I mean, I disagree, honestly. Silver is a legitimately... silver is legitimately an actual asset, all right? Shout out to Divine Hood. BBL Hotline. What the heck? What the heck? 5G blocker and works great as a... What the heck? BBL Hotline. What are you talking about? Reflection of your glasses. No one wants to see that. Sorry, guys. Just don't tell YouTube. They might cut the stream. All right, Bitcoin pumping, baby. Finally, Bitcoin getting a little bit of a pump. All right, silver taking a dump here as we are coming down to our next support. Our next support on silver is going to be right around here. Let's draw a little box for our next silver support. Let's see. Wow, would you look at this? Let's pull the fib again from the low to the high. Guys, you know, look, I'm not really trading silver at all because I haven't had a good setup where I've been here. My perfect setup I missed. I was not at the computer. But don't be surprised when you guys come here one day and you see Jason Casper in a $500,000, maybe a $1 million silver trade, all right? I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming soon to a YouTube channel near you, aka the Jason Casper YouTube channel. All right, we're getting a move down here on silver. We're getting a pump up on Bitcoin, baby. Pump up on Bitcoin, baby. Would it make sense to wait for a retrace to get in the same long? Are you talking about the Bitcoin long? Well, this is the retrace, man. Like, this is the retrace from last night. Right, so in my opinion, we had our low, we had our high, and now we have our higher low in the golden pocket, and we're going to continue. This is the retrace that's happened. Now, honestly, I don't see anything too bullish here, okay? But we're going for it, baby. Let's check out. Oh my goodness, silver's taking a massive doomperoni. Oh my goodness, wow. Silver coming into the 113.382. Taking a big old dump. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. This is crazy. Let's set a little alert right here on silver. Could we possibly get a move down to 110? Or are we going to bounce at the 382? Let's see. Man, we are getting some crazy volatility now. Finally, the volatility is coming in. Silver's taking a dump. Bitcoin's taking a pump. Government shutdown. Silver and crypto. Let's pump, baby. We might have to sing the pump song soon. Yeah, for sure. Thoughts on the gold market? When is a good time to long? Well, on a retracement, you know, on a retracement. So silver's dumping. Let's see, gold also taking a dump. I mean, obviously the best place to get in on gold would be to fill the gap, come down into this zone right here. That would be a gift. We could come back down to 5,000. Other places would obviously be liquidity grab here, right? 5,050. Come down, nice bull div. You know, I'm gonna set a little bit of an alert here. I might actually go in on gold if we come down to there. Might actually go in on gold. Let's go ahead and keep our silver chart open as well. And we will also keep our Bitcoin chart open. Gold, silver, Bitcoin. Gold, silver, Bitcoin. BTC. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Silver taking a massive dump in the office, which is actually a bathroom in a deep underground military bunker. Major shout out to Crypto Tom. God bless you, man. God bless you, Tom. BBL Hotline says, don't take life too seriously. That's some good advice, honestly, for everybody, I think. Don't take your life too seriously. You know? Don't take life too seriously. I've always been the kind of guy who just couldn't take life too seriously. I remember in high school, everybody, all of a sudden, junior year, everybody started taking life so seriously. Because of college. And I vividly remember thinking to myself, guys, why are you taking life so seriously? I mean, just relax. You're 16 years old. You shouldn't be stressing out like that. My philosophy always was, who cares about high school? As long as you get that solid D+, and you get that stupid diploma, then you can go to a community college if you decide to go to college, and then you can try hard, and then you can transfer to a good college. But instead, everyone's working so hard their junior year of high school, taking life way too seriously, man. I have to tell you, I look back at a lot of my high school classmates who took life way too seriously. They should have been a little bit more relaxed. They aged themselves, they stressed themselves, they're unhealthy. But hey, to each their own. To each their own. Life is a gift. The most important thing in life is to be thankful to God for everything that He's blessed you with. And the other thing that will really help is if you never compare yourself to anybody else, because comparison is the theft of joy. God says, "Thou shalt not covet," which means you shouldn't desire things that somebody else has, but you should be thankful for what God has given you. And if you spend your life coveting what other people have instead of focusing on the blessings that God's given you, you're never going to be happy. I tell that to my kids. I got young kids. One of them gets a lollipop, one of them gets an ice pop. The other one's all disappointed. How come I don't get a lollipop? How come I don't get an ice pop? She had 2 today. It's like, hey, look, you're focusing all your energy right now on what you don't have instead of being thankful for what you got. You should be happy for your sister who got 2. Good for her. She must have done something cool to deserve that. Only covet thy neighbor's wife? No, don't covet thy neighbor's wife. Honestly, man. That's the thing. Be thankful for your own wife. Be thankful for your own wife. Your own beautiful wife. Don't start coveting your neighbor's wife. Oh man, that is a road that leads to destruction in many ways. In many ways. I'm telling you. After all, you chose your wife. You chose your wife. So that's your own decision. You know? Nah, don't covet. Instead of coveting your neighbor's wife, why don't you focus on how hot your own wife is? How sexy your own wife is. Right? Then you'll have a wonderful, satisfying marriage. You'll be happy, you'll be filled with joy. If you're coveting after your neighbor's wife, man, you're going to have a miserable time. Is it sinful to strive for things that others have? No. It's not sinful to desire a thing. I think it becomes wrong when your focus turns negative and you are being in a bad mood because you don't have what somebody else has and you want what somebody else has, and you're chasing after that thing for your own happiness, for your own satisfaction, because it's a trap. You think that chasing after this thing is going to make you satisfied, but it's not really. Once you get there, maybe for a moment, you'll feel that satisfaction, but it will be gone very soon, right? Because there's nothing external that can give you true satisfaction. There's no thing that can give you true satisfaction. The only thing that can give you true satisfaction is being thankful for what God has given you right now. There's always going to be somebody better than you. There's always going to be someone who has more than you, who has it better than you, who has something that you don't have, has something you want. But until you can be 100% satisfied with what the Lord has given you right now, then even if you get that thing, you're not going to be satisfied. But what it does is it sucks the life out of you. It's going to suck the joy out of you. It's going to take the goodness of life and turn it into sourness and bitterness. 100%. It's going to age you faster. It's going to make you sick physically. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with desiring a thing and then going after it, right? I think that's commendable. As long as you're satisfied with what God has given you right now, right? count your blessings every single day. Every single person right now is in a situation that another person would do anything to be in. Even if you think you're in a horrible situation, there's someone out there who would do anything to be in your situation. Everything's relative, right? So just be thankful for what the Lord has given you now. And ultimately, we have to be satisfied in Him. Ultimately, we need to be satisfied in the Lord, in His goodness, His mercy, His grace, His love, His salvation. Silver taking a huge dump. Silver coming down to the area. Don't mean to scare ya. I hope we don't get malaria from the area. Let's check out silver, man. Let's check it out. We're coming to backtest value area high. Pull the fib, low to high. Coming to the Fibonacci. Man, can you imagine if silver just falls right through all of this? Let's watch and see. Let's go to the... I'm going to go to a real low time frame here. We are getting a nice oversold on the 3 minute. You know what? Let's check out our 1 minute. Money flow crossing into the rojo. Historically, when the money flow crosses into the rojo, the next low is the low. Let's see. Let's check out our gold. Wait, this is Bitcoin, not gold. Here's our gold. Man, gold coming down. Man, if gold comes down to this area and silver comes down a little bit lower, man. Oh my goodness. I got to get things ready. I've got to get things ready. Let me make sure I'm ready to long gold, baby. Oh, man. Oh, man. Silver did make another low. All right. Let's see. I'm going to put a little bit in on silver here. Let's see what happens here. Buy silver at 50? Yeah, seriously. It's time to buy more silver and gold right now. I don't know. I'm enjoying the silver and gold that I bought in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 2020. I'm enjoying that silver right now. You know, I'm enjoying that silver right now. Let's see how's Bitcoin doing. Oof! Getting a rejection, baby. El rejection. Let's check out the order flow. Big decrease of OI. Man. Big decrease of OI. Don't I think we'll go down to 85.5, settling a new local low before growth? Yeah, I actually do. Yeah, I actually do, to be honest. But maybe we come up a little bit higher first. That was my thought, because we're bouncing from the golden pocket. I thought maybe we just do a little bit of this action. You know? That's what I was thinking. Silver and Bitcoin seem to be inversely correlated right now. Look at that. As soon as Bitcoin starts dumping, silver starts to pump. You know? Have I thought about getting a 9-to-5 job? Yeah, so here's what I think about that. I haven't had a real job since 2013. I was a barista at Starbucks. Before that, I worked at a burger place. Before that, I worked warehouse jobs doing manual labor. And, yeah, so I've been a business owner since 2012. And my backup plan was always to be a garbage man or a toll booth worker. But now that I'm 35, and I haven't had a job since I was 22, I just can't imagine it. I just cannot imagine having a job. You know? So, I hope I don't have to have a job. You know, I haven't had a job in 13 years. So, I can't imagine having a job. Whoa, Bitcoin pumping, silver dumping. Yeah, having a job would really suck. Shout out to Brilliance, who says, Brilliance, Logic says if you have to transfer crypto into a debased currency, then there's no point to do it unless you transfer into gold and silver, real money. Yeah, I would agree with that, honestly. Yeah, for sure. Couldn't I sell some stuff? Yeah, I mean, look, unless the whole economy crashes, I won't ever have to get a job. Unless something happens to the market where literally the dollar like goes away, and like, which could happen, look, but let's just assume things go on as they are. All right, I won't ever have to have a job again. Yeah, so I will never have to have a job again. Praise God, like, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord, praise God. I'm so thankful. But you never know what could happen, right? You really never know. I would never work, I don't think I could ever work for anybody else. You know, if everything really goes to zero, you know, I've got the homestead, I've got the farm, you know, I've got insane amounts of gardens and all this stuff. Let's see if I could show you guys. All right, here we go. You guys can see it all here. Bitcoin pumping. Hey, what the heck? Oh, I can't put it there. I have to put it here. You guys can see it all here. The desktop, the editing software. You guys can see it all. This is what I use to edit videos. Wondershare, man. It's a great program. You know, let's see. Where's that thing? Man, I don't even know how to use a computer, guys, honestly. I don't know how to use a computer. Can't find... Ah, here we go. Here we go. This is the farm. Alright? So, we've got a whole raised bed section. We've got a whole garden going down yonder. We got the chicken coop in the back. We got the barn for the goats. 2 giant gardens. They go down way far. And then, of course, we've got, you can't see it here, but down more farther that way, we've got the pasture out there for the animals. And then, this whole thing is completely off grid as well. Completely off grid. Come on, Silver. Silver did a crazy fake out. I don't know if that's a crazy fake out. You know? Yeah, no job praises to the Lord. All praises to the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so thankful. Every morning, the first thing I do when I wake up is I go outside and I watch the sunrise and I praise the Lord. I praise Jesus. And I just stand there in pure thankfulness and awe at His goodness while my coffee's brewing. That's the first thing I do. Man, everything that I have in my life is just, I'm in awe of His goodness. And everything in nature, I'm in awe of His creation. How do you cook your goats? I haven't cooked any goats, to be honest with you. I don't grow weed in the garden. No. Definitely no weed in the garden. But Bitcoin's trying to get a move up. Silver's trying to get a move up. Let's see if silver can get a move up here. Let's put on our local fib. We've got some support resistance flip at the 0.5 Fibonacci here. If we can reclaim that, we might be back to the races, baby. We might be back to the races. Si, senor. Back to the races. Do I grow strawberries? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, do I grow strawberries. I do. All right, let's see the egg code for today. Yeah, we've got the egg code for today. Guys, in the Discord, we have these things called eggs. All right, and they're redeemable for cash prizes. So, in the Discord, free and paid. All right, check it out. Check out the Discord here. All right. In the section called Quests. All right, the Quests channel, the Discord, right over here. You do things to get eggs. All right, you can get eggs every day in the egg drop. You just claim your eggs. And then every live stream we do, you can get eggs. All right. So I'm gonna do one right now. The code is gonna be, let's see, what should I make the code? I'm gonna make it Homestead. The code is Homestead. All right, so go into the Discord, click claim, and type in Homestead. All right. If you're VIP, you get 5 eggs. If you're not VIP, you get 1 egg. Also, guys, just a quick reminder. This coming Friday is Casper Crew Game Day, where we will be giving away thousands of dollars. Also, every day we do games in the Casper Crew for eggs, all right? And these eggs are redeemable for prizes. This morning, we gave away $350 in these raffles that we do every single week. All right, these are our winners, Alex K, YK, and Mixer Max. We're also giving away 3 months of VIP and 2 months of VIP in the Discord. So if you're not in VIP and you want to join the free Discord, link in the description. All right, and you could get VIP for free. And VIP, that's where we you know, look, we don't give signals, okay? But last week, you know, these aren't signals, but I'll let people know the long trade I took on silver, right? Let people know, took the long on silver, took the short on Bitcoin. We waited for the long on Bitcoin. Let everyone know I'm long, you know, all this stuff, right? This is what we do in the Casper Crew. Myself, other instructors, Boyan doing the same dang thing. White Phoenix doing the same dang thing. Thor doing the same dang thing. We live stream live trading 3 times a day in the VIP at jasoncaspertrading.com. Which reminds me, silver is dumping. Whoa. Let's see what happens here. Let's check out our Bitcoin. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We got a super chat in the house. Major shout out. 2, coin operated. Choose only 1 calisthenics or weightlifting for the rest of my life. Calisthenics, for sure. Calisthenics for sure. Because you can do weighted calisthenics. See what I did there? Yeah, if I could only do 1, it would be calisthenics. Give me a pull-up bar, a dip bar. That's all I need, man. Honestly. Plus, you can take them anywhere. And there were many periods in my life where all I had were calisthenics, right? Push-ups, pull-ups, dips, single leg squats, lunges. I'll do it. Shout out to our super chat. Ree Sharma, Jason, love your content. Please, please get the VIP on discount. I think we'll have to wait until Black Friday, to be honest. But it is, honestly, I feel like VIP is a discount. For the amount of value in VIP, I feel like it is a discount. You know? Man, silver coming back down. Let's check out our gold here. Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumping, baby. Silver dumping. Gold dumping back down. I'm interested in gold and silver if we make another low here. If gold takes this low, I'm very interested. Looks like silver's going for the low again, but Bitcoin going for the highs. Let's see if we can't squeeze up to 89,185 to hit that juicy take profit. I'm looking to lock in over $1,000. The banks are trying to short silver. They've been trying to short silver for decades. Today is chest day, baby. Seriously. Do I have ostrich eggs? I don't. Just chicken eggs. Just chicken eggs. I don't eat ostrich, though. So I don't think I would eat their eggs. Shout out to Make Me a Millie. God bless you, bro. Thanks for being here. Here we go, Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumping. And silver is dumping. Oh. 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 Alright, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Alright, I've got my alert here. Let's go, Biddy. Let's see if we can't get a move up towards 89,185. You heard the banks had to borrow money to add to the shorts? That's very unsustainable and very scary. 2K silver? That would be pretty insane, man. Cannot believe. Shout out to Make Me a Million. God bless you, bro. Seriously, man. Alright. Bitcoin's looking like she's pumping. What was that? Silver back test. Oof. Alright. We're dipping into the red, baby. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh. Was worth a shot, you know? Was worth a shot. Oh. Let's see here. Oof. Man. Look at that. Below the golden pocket now. Below value area high now. Wow. Wow. Back to the drawing board, baby. Back to the drawing board. Alright, let's watch gold here. Alright, let's watch gold. It is False Move Monday. Let's not forget. So the only way I have a long on gold now is if we reclaim that level. No reclaim, no trade for me. Silver at POC of range. Silver loses this. We come down quite a bit lower. Let's see. Come on, gold. Wow! Look at that. Wow! Look at that. Bitcoin going for it, man. Is gold going to fill the gap? Can you imagine that? That would be insane, actually. That would be absolutely crazy. Silver trying to bounce from the 786 to the exact dollar. Look at that. Silver bounced to the exact dollar on the 786. Bitcoin trying to break. BTC trying to break. Man, silver bounced right from the 786. That is wild. Let's go to the 15-minute. Technically, gold bouncing from a 15-minute order block. 12-minute. 6-minute. Man. Would be above if we do bounce from here after this not working out for me. All right, if gold can reclaim the green line, put a little alert up here at the green line. I think for silver, I'm going to have to wait for some kind of a back test now, if I want to catch a knife. All right, Bitcoin got the strugs. Got the strugs right here at this level. Yeah, the silver Bitcoin chart, that's for sure. Bitcoin wants the CMA gap, I know, right? All right, gold has crossed up the line. Let's see. Wow, we tapped it. We're rejecting from it. Okay, let's see. Can we get a close above? I mean, we do have some nice bull div on gold, baby. All right, I'm going for it, baby. Let's see what happens. Gold looking better than silver on the divergence section here, but bouncing from that POC. All right. All right, let's see what gold does here. I've taken a long on gold. I don't know if it's going to work out, but we come down below the level. We're trying to break above. We got some nice bullish div. We've taken some liquidity. If this fails, then I'm very interested in this zone down here, the back test of 5,000. Bitcoin's trying to break this yellow line. Yeah, fiat was backed by Saudi Arabia oil, the petrodollar. But now Saudi Arabia doesn't honor that anymore. They do not honor that anymore. So, yeah. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. Come on, gold. The pump on gold and silver is over. It very well could be. We might just start to range from here. What CME gap on Bitcoin? The CME gap on Bitcoin is up here at 89.3. 89.3, 89.2, 89.3 CME gap on Bitcoin. And honestly, the CME futures chart looks pretty bullish. You know? All right, let's see this. Not looking the best right now on the gold trade, but you know, I think for me it's a good risk to reward. I'm gonna go for it, and if it drops, I'm going to be very interested in taking another long from down here. All right, so let's see. How's it gonna be? 15-minute chart. 2 minutes till a 15-minute candle close above the level. We got some bull div. All right. Sell silver and enter the corn run, baby. Yeah, BRICS is making a gold-backed currency. And, yeah, the fall of the West is in full swing here. For sure. For sure. Come on, Bitcoin, make me want to FOMO out a little bit here. Bitcoin, make me want to take some profits. I don't want to close this 15-minute candle because it looks like a classic, you know, touch 1, touch 2, touch 3, head and shoulder type thing. You know, we got a few more minutes on this candle close. Come on. Come on. Come on. Silver and gold and Bitcoin. We need a pump, baby. Silver and gold and Bitcoin. This is going to be the healthiest, most abundant year of living you've ever experienced. Well, may the Lord grant that, right? God is sovereign over everything. He's so sovereign over everything. You know, he can change your life in an instant. So may he grant you a prosperous year in Jesus' name. BRICS will never work out, says this person. Doc the Goat, you think BRICS will never work out? Come on, Biddy Biddy. Come on, Biddy. All right, gold has 11 seconds before we close that 15-minute candle. The money flow on the 12 looks decent, baby. Let's see. Let's see. Next resistance on gold will be 5,071. The 15-minute candle has officially closed above that liquidity level. Let's see if we can't get that divergence to print and confirm. Come on, Bitcoin. We're trying to get this 15-minute purple candle. I'm sorry, blue. The blue. Silver 1 hour bear div playing out. Yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah, Jesus saves. God is sovereign over everything. It's crazy. It's so crazy to me. Just when I think back about how God can give you, he can give you so much of anything. God has unlimited resources. If you ever feel like you don't have money, I mean, you know, God has all the money. He can give it to whoever he wants. If you're trying to do something according to his will that requires money, he will open up heaven's floodgates and pour money down on you, right? Also, he can take money away from you. I've had both of those things happen to me. Health, vitality, relationships, even just well-being, right? The Lord is sovereign. We are not in control of anything. Dang it, Bitcoin, getting a big dirty perp. Even, oh no, gold also coming in with the big dirty perp. Crap. I am long on gold from here. Stop loss under the low. So let's see what happens. I'm in the red on the gold trade right now. Come on, baby. Let's check out the 1 hour time frame. You know what's so funny is I didn't even, do we have a, no, we don't have a, well, yeah, technically this was a bear div on gold up here. Dang. You know, long in the top, Jay Casper. Long the top Casper is what they call me. That's what my wife calls me too. Long the top Casper. All right, I gave it a good shot, I have to say. This Bitcoin trade, honestly, I might have to de-risk this one. Doesn't look so good. Doesn't look so good. Wow, how did that stop loss get so low? My next gold area to long would be down here. If this one hits a stop. Where do you trade gold? BTCC, man. But I wouldn't recommend it, honestly, for trying to scalp gold too much. It's more like a day trading platform. You have a BTCC. You can trade no KYC, no VPN. You can trade all that good stuff. We've got about $27,000 on gold right here. It's not looking the best, man. Crap. Oh. All right. I'm gonna FOMO a little out of this Bitcoin long here too. Because once I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna be done for the day. I don't want to have to deal with any kind of open positions. Let me just take a little money. Come on, Bitcoin. Ah. Ah. Oh, come on, Bitcoin. Oh, oh, man. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Dang, man. Oh, crap. I'm never gonna get out of this one. There we go. Whew, there we go. Finally, sheesh. All right, gold coming down to the gap. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I got the office, man. Look, I got that cool office. I know. Pretty cool, right? All right. So, yeah, this could be now like a head and shoulder for Bitcoin. I was in, you know, I got $65,000 still on the long. All right. I got 25 on the short. I'm looking for gold to come down and fill the gap, which is going to be way down here. I tried to take a long on gold here, just took a loss. Set the alert down here. If someone lost $1 million, how are you supposed to cope without being alhi? Is silver a good stock? It's decent, Dusty Hunt. It's decent. It's decent. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. Alcohol is a solution. Oh, please, man. Alcohol is not a solution. Oh, please. Alcohol is not a solution. Now, look, here's the thing. I don't hate on anybody. If you want to drink, that's fine with me. But, alcohol can't solve any problems. It just creates more. Right? You're going to have your same problems, but now you're going to be hungover and feel like crap. And now your health is going to start to tank. And it's a vicious cycle that you don't want to get yourself into. So, honestly, I don't understand why everyone's so obsessed with alcohol. I think because it's legal and socially acceptable. But honestly, of all the drugs out there, alcohol is one of the worst. As far as like the negative side effects. You know, 15-minute order block on gold, getting a little bit of a bounce. I have not taken another long. Silver bouncing from the 886. I have not taken a long. Bitcoin doing nothing. I have closed half the long for a total of $1,400 profit. So far, my week of Bitcoin has been good. right? 4, 5, 6, up 7.5K on the week trading Bitcoin. 7.5K on the week trading Bitcoin. Down a couple $100 on the week trading silver and gold. And that's all I've been trading. Alcohol is called spirits because alchemists believe the distillation process causes spirits to enter your soul. Yeah, I wouldn't. Look, when you're blacked out drunk, it would not surprise me if something else is operating your body. You don't remember it at all. Right? That's some serious stuff, honestly. Now, I've never been blackout drunk. I thankfully, I've always hated alcohol. Because back before I was walking with the Lord, I was a huge, huge stoner. Like, massive stoner. Smoked weed all day, every day. And I always looked down on people who drank. I'm like, why are you guys gonna drink? You know? First of all, my biggest thing, of course, was the calories. You know? Trying to be jacked, stacked, and succulent over here. I'm like, why would you want to drink all that alcohol just to get a beer gut? When you could smoke this Mary Jane, calorie-free, baby. And not only are you getting fat, but tomorrow you're going to be hungover, feel like crap. But me, I'm going to wake up feeling great. You know? Smoking this Mary Jane. And you're going to black out drunk and do something stupid that you don't remember. I'm just going to sit here and eat Taco Bell being all happy with my friends. So thankfully, I never really got into the drinking like that. But, you know, I had this stoner mentality too of like, oh, it's medicine, bro. Like, weed is so good for you, man. And the smoke's good for your lungs, bro. It's not like cigarette smoke. No, this kind's different. Cures cancer. Yeah, curing the cancer right now. Any tar that I get in my lungs, it'll be cured by the marijuana. You know? That was my mentality, no joke. Anything that was wrong? Headache? Smoke some weed. Stomach ache? Smoke some weed. Hungry? Smoke some weed. Not hungry? Smoke some weed. You know, bored? Smoke some weed. Not bored? Smoke some weed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that at all anymore. In fact, I've renounced marijuana smoking. I've renounced it. In Jesus' name, I've renounced it. And I've been set free. I've been set free from it. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Set free like crazy in the spiritual. Like praying in other languages and stuff like that when I renounced it. Because for me, it was a spiritual bondage in my life that I needed to be set free from it. Now, I'm not saying it's that way for everybody, but for me, it was. For me, it was. For you, it might not be. But for me, it was. You did meth? Shout out to Trader Geo in the house. My alt channel? What do you mean? Like my altcoin channel? I'm not sure what you mean, bro. In the Discord? How do I know Jesus is against weed? I never said Jesus is against weed. I just said for me, it was wrong. It was wrong. And God made it very clear. And I was very reluctant to give it up. And because I was reluctant to give it up, it had me in a place of spiritual bondage where I could not operate fully in the things God had for me until I had given that up and renounced it, right? Because here's the thing with me. Even when I stopped smoking weed every day, I never said within myself, I'm never going to smoke it again. I always kept it on the table as an option, right? Because I said, look, there's nothing really wrong with it necessarily. It's no different than having a few glasses of wine. And I still believe that. I still believe that. I really believe having some marijuana smoke is no different than having 2-3 glasses of wine or whatever, right? It's no different. But for me, God said, no, I don't want you to do that at all. I don't want you. That's not for you. But I was reluctant to give it up because I Loved it. I'm going to be honest. I loved it. Right? And so I had to let that go. I had to let that go. And when I did, like I said, something in the spiritual was broken off of me. I was set free from something. I felt it. There was a very tangible change in the spiritual at that moment. Something I had never experienced before. So, and look, I'm not saying that that's for everybody. Like, I'm just telling you, this is what the Lord had for me. You know? So I'm not saying Jesus is necessarily against it. But for me, he said, that's not for you, Jason Casper. He said, that's not for you, man. Did I ever grow it? No. Do I still have a bong? No. I don't. ETH is going back down to 1,000. It wouldn't surprise me. But I'm not selling it. I'm not selling my ETH. I'm hodling my ETH. Alright? I'm holding my ETH. If gold gets the reclaim, it's back on the table for looking for a long. But I'm not long a gold right now. Other crypto traders are nerds? Do you think other crypto traders are nerds? What other crypto traders are nerds, honestly? Guys, if you think other crypto traders are nerds, drop their names in the chat. I can't think of any crypto trader nerds. Tom Crown's not a nerd. Sam Price not a nerd. CryptoFace not a nerd. I can't think of any nerds. Tino's not a nerd. Andy's not a nerd. Dan from Chart Champions not a nerd. Trader Geo's not a nerd. I can't think of any nerds that trade crypto on YouTube. I don't think Divine Hood's a nerd. When Divine Hood does the face reveal, you guys are going to see he's not a nerd. Nothing wrong with being a nerd as long as you actually have the intelligence. Da Vinci's a nerd? You think? Yeah, JC's a nerd. I am a nerd. That's true. I'm the nerdiest of them all, man. I'm the nerdiest of them all. You think Crypto's a nerd? I don't think he's a nerd. Maybe he used to be, but now he's a jacked, health-conscious Bitcoin freak of nature. Yeah, he's a German, healthy Bitcoin freak. He goes to the gym. He buys the Bitcoin at the cheap price. He sells at the expensive price. He gets the pump. In the gym, he has a health channel. He tells you don't fear the cholesterol, but fear the simple carbohydrates, the refined carbs. Carl. Alright, I could see that. I could see Carl from the moon. But, at least, he has a Bugatti. Alright, that cancels out the nerd card. Alright? Crypto's the Arnold of crypto. If no Arnold's not German, he might as well be. To us Americans. When is Divine Hood doing a face reveal? At a million subs. I don't know. I'm just playing. I have no idea. You gotta ask him. Alright. Gold. Ah, man. Gold. Crypto Jeb. Yeah, I guess you're right. No offense, Crypto Jeb. Nerds are pretty cool. Yeah, there was like a weird movement, right? In like the early 2000s where being nerdy became cool. Carl has a Maserati. Yes, you're right. Carl has a Maserati. All right, guys, I'm going to head out, y'all. God bless you all in Jesus' name. I will see you guys later. But it's about time for me to head out. We've been live for 2 hours. God bless you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. Peace.